Well, there's a couple things that come out in my new book on Jack the Ripper, which is a massive remake of the first book. It's way beyond being a revision. I really buckled down very seriously starting that revision 4 years ago, but I've had people who've been helping me with documents, searches going all the way back to when I finished the first book, which came out in 2002. So there's been an ongoing investigation, and some of the things, there's a lot more detail in this, but a couple of things that you will find if you read this new book, called Ripper, The Secret Life of Walter Sickert, as you're going to see that some of the theories that became so prevalent starting in about the 1970s, which resulted in movies like From Hell starring Johnny Depp, all about the so-called royal conspiracy, that what I have discovered is that the source of the royal conspiracy was probably Walter Sickert himself, because I've discovered two different people who did not know each other that he told stories to about the royal family being involved in this. This is way back, like in the 20s or so, long before he died, because Sickert died in 1941. Anyway, that whole thing, this guy was telling so many tales. He was so obsessed with Jack the Ripper, and he was moving in very high circles and prominent places, and his stories would get circulated. And you'll see, because it's very elaborate, but a lot of the lore that surrounds the Ripper case really came from him himself, because he talked about it all the time to all sorts of people. And all of this adds to really the whole theory of this being him. That is certainly not the strong evidence, because we're using science, and we have tried DNA. Back when I did the DNA in that case, and we tried both nuclear and then we tried mitochondrial, but you're talking starting in 2001. That's another era for what we can do today with DNA. I haven't totally given up on that. One of the things I will enjoy talking about with some of the experts like Turi King here at Leicester University is I still have some leftover samples. I don't know if any of this stuff's any good anymore. Is there anything that we can do? Because you can't go back and do some of the swabbing again. I was allowed to bring in scientists and swab the original Jack the Ripper letters in 2001, and the DNA was dealing with documents, which is really difficult because of contamination. But with these scientists here, I plan to have some discussions about that, because I have these things in my archives, and to me they're part of history, and I want to see if there's any hands that maybe some of these things can go into at this point, where there still might be something we learn. But the Ripper case, I will just say in summary, I am more convinced of it now than I ever was. I still believe that Jack the Ripper was the painter, was the artist Walter Sickert. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what other people say when they look at the evidence in this book.